All right, man, we back. Excuse me, but let's go get into it, man. James Harden takes less money to remain with the 76ers. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and also Philadelphia 76ers announced that they're building a new stadium. So some of the Sixer fans chimed in about the location and said it's gonna make traffic worse, this, that, and the third. But hey, let's get into it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live and drop video. Reports James Harden agrees to a 2-year, $68.6 million deal with the 76ers. It says 32-year-old All-Star can move back into free agency next summer and negotiate another deal. So he has a player option in there after next season. So hypothetically, hypothetically, it's up to him. I'm surprised that Philadelphia didn't put a team option in there. But I guess by him taking less money, who was going to pay him that amount of money? Nobody about to pay James Harden $50 million a year. He's an aging superstar. Nobody who had money. I don't think Orlando was going to do it. I don't think San Antonio was going to do it. I know Detroit wasn't going to do it. So nobody was about to sign James Harden, to even that amount of money. He's an aging superstar, and it's up to him to show that he's not an aging superstar, that maybe he just wasn't as committed as he should have been. So, I mean, that's really what it boiled down to. And that's really what it boiled down to. He ain't committed as as he should, as he should have been. If that's the case, then fine. This year he can show people why he committed, and then he can opt out and get the bag next year. So I mean, it is what it is. Be focused. If he still ain't nothing next year, we know he's not gonna be shit for the playoffs. We do know that. I mean, 32 years old. He's been around this league literally forever, and he ain't showed up in the playoffs. He ain't showed up in big games yet. You probably could say, well, he showed up in some of that OKC run they had to the finals against Dallas and that type of stuff. Yeah, he maybe should be worried about that. That was only time. But since then, and a couple, one-game series and all that type of stuff, he just ain't showed up. And I thought it was it was one of them trades where it was buddy. He was cool with Daryl Morey. He was gonna bring him. He was gonna bring his homie along, and that's just truly what it was. So that's why he ended up over there. It didn't make 76ers better. And also, Ben Simmons had to be unloaded. Since James Harden has agreed to terms on a 2-year contract to stay with the Philadelphia 76ers, will make about $14.5 million less this coming season than he could have earned under his previous deal. A person with knowledge of negotiations said Wednesday. So had he not opted out, he would have made close to 50. He says Harden will sign a deal worth slightly over $68 million, paying him about $33 million this season and $35 million player option for the 23-24 season. ESPN first reported the agreement being finalized between the 76ers and the 10-time All-Star guard. He said Harden had a $47.4 million option for this coming season that he declined last month, saying that he wanted to give the 76ers flexibility and improve the roster and compete for a championship. Giving back that much money, Harden basically gave himself a 30% pay cut for the coming season, allowed the 76ers to make moves such as signing power forward PJ Tucker and small forward Daniel House. Now, I don't know if that make them a championship contender. Honestly, Daniel House can stretch the floor. He got in trouble in the bubble. PJ Tucker, he do bring a certain toughness, but I don't really think those, those are enough. I mean, at the end of the day, I'll take that back. If he play up the standards, yeah, they good enough, in the playoffs. If he show up in the playoffs and finally say, you know what, that they definitely do help. that definitely do help. So, but they added DeAnthony Melon. So I don't. The East ain't really, you know, it's open because you don't know what's happening with even with the Nets. I wouldn't be worried about them. But yeah, they made that's good. You know, that's a good adjustment, some depth there. So TJ Tucker gonna make more shots than Danny Green. He gone. He said we got some really good pieces this summer, so now it's time to do for us to go do the hard work. Said Harden in an interview with the Associated Press this week to promote the upcoming launch of his new wine label bearing his name. Harden plans that have been clear since Philadelphia season ended. Quote, he was committed to staying in the 76ers and committed to helping them get better. Quote, I'll be here, Harden said on May 12th when Philadelphia season ended with the playoff loss to Miami. Yeah, I'll be here. Whatever makes this team, whatever allows this team to continue to grow and get better and do things necessary to win and compete at the highest level. You know, Harden is a three-time scoring champion, averaged 22 points and 10.3 assists during his time with Brooklyn and Philadelphia last season. A seven-time All-NBA player, was 2018 Kia MVP and a member of the league's 75th anniversary team. So, they made some improvements. It definitely got tougher with PJ Tucker. I think with Daniel House, they definitely got better defensively and shooting wise. And you know, like I said, I know they tried to get off that Tobias Harris contract, and it was virtually impossible. So they really couldn't get off that contract. But Daniel House ain't played much since leaving Houston. But you know, good defender, good spot up shooter. So you know, get him a little bit more depth. But yeah, the East is wide open. You know, even if KD and Kyrie do come back, you don't know what you can get from Ben Simmons. You still got issues in the middle of that defense. You in the middle of that paint. You lost Andre Drummond. You do gain TJ Warren, but he coming off a knee injury. Excuse me. So I don't really know. You know, like, come on. Milwaukee get healthy, but they ain't really upgraded. They did get Marshawn Beauchamp. I think they brought back Bobby Portis, but you know, they just banking on Chris Middleton being healthy. Miami, you know, they still trying to get better, trying to make some deals, but nobody really made a major upgrade. At the top, people say, "Well, Boston getting Malcolm Brogdon was huge." My thing is they're gonna allow Brogdon to, be the point guard because they didn't allow Dan Schroeder to do so neither. And Brogdon stay healthy. So I mean, yeah, they got Gallinari, they did some things, but will Brogdon stay healthy and will he be allowed to, run the team? So I don't know. So, I think the book's out on Jason Tatum too. So I don't think nobody, a lot of the teams at the bottom make significant moves like the Pistons, you know what I'm saying? Orlando, they come in. But the top, everybody just seemed content. But the Knicks like they can make another move with Donovan Mitchell, maybe the Heat, who knows? So we'll see. But Philadelphia, I think they got a good chance than anybody. But will James Harden show up in the playoffs? And if that happened, then what's the chances of Joel Embiid staying healthy through next season in the playoff run? History tells us it's slim to none. Will Maxey take a jump? Will Tobias Harris be better? I mean, they got the horses, but can James Harden, be a good playoff player? And history tells us not. And can Joel Embiid stay healthy through all that? History tells us not. So it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the NBA Talk playlist out. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance of notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit my link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts. Spotify, Twitch. I know I said my bad. I said tweet. I said that twice. Stitcher, Radio Public, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and a couple other places on the link tree. Appreciate the love and support. Check out the NBA Talk playlist for more videos like this. Peace.